Pew, 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 pew. Alright everybody, welcome back to Carsync. We have a welder today to play with. I'm excited. So my other Hobart died twice. Brought it back to life once. It was a Hobart Handler 125. I got this thing like 6 or 7 years ago at Northern Tool, I think, which is where I got this one. I think I paid $350 for it. I built this cart. It was one of my first projects. So I was really happy with this welder for a long time until the gears in the drive motor stripped out. And this box right here is the motor and the gears. The gears are plastic, and it was starting to slip, and I thought at first it, well, first of all, this tensioning mechanism here had a bolt in this piece of plastic that retained it, and then you tighten down onto the bolt, the knob, and that plastic would stretch and it would get loose. So at first I thought, this thing's failing, so I would clamp this down to get more tension, and it kind of worked, but it was starting to make a clicking, like a crunching noise when I was doing that. So I don't know if this is a new one too, and it's done it twice. So that clicking and crunching noise was actually the gears inside there that were going bad. Oh shit, that's loose. I didn't notice that. It's a good thing I did get a new welder. This thing needs a going through. Definitely happy with it though. It lasted me it had a good run. Little 125. This thing pretty much built my 240. I bought it to build the 240. I bought the 240 shell, and I was like, I'm gonna need to weld a bunch of stuff. So then I bought this guy. Anyway, let's get back to unboxing this one. We got the ground clamp, much better than the one mine came with. Regulator, I already have one of those. May use it, may not. It comes with flux core, so you can start welding out of the box. You don't have to go get gas. This is nice. Don't really like flux core welding too much, but it gets the job done. Both 030. There's manual. Oh, this is cool. Metal thickness gauge. That's neat. 24 gauge to 5/16. Oh god. That's heavy. It's heavy duty, Doc. This is what I'm so excited to see right here. A metal. Everything's metal. Metal tensioner. I heard there was metal gears in there. And if I took it apart, I could find out. I'm not sure I want to take it apart right now though. Alright, we got it set up for, it comes set up from factory. Yeah, it's set up for flux core. So we want to switch that to use gas. We want to use electrode positive. So this one here, take this one off, put it there, take this one off and put it there. Flip them around. Cool, man, I'm excited. I want to weld something. I want to weld! This thing right here, the cable, it's got a couple of O-rings. It just slides into that. I like the size of that. It's going from my Hobart to when we got that Lincoln at the shop. The angle of the gun is slightly different, so it threw me off. It's a little weird. Alright, here they are next to each other. You can see this one's just a little bit bigger, the 140 versus the 125. Also, it goes up to 5 instead of 4 on your voltage. It goes all the way up to 5 gun. Oh, this is cool. Both sides of the cable have this strain relief. The biggest difference I'm excited about is obviously it's a little more power, but this crappy little plastic gearbox versus this metal one. Man, how did I not notice that was loose? This one will weld up to 3/16. This one will weld up to 1/4 inch. Well, that's a problem. I broke it. So that sucks. Had a good run, my welder friend. We've had a good run. .30. Mild steel big wire. I gotta get the gun on there. Get this one out of here. You go there. You go there. If you wanted to run this flux core wire that it comes with and run no gas, you would have left these alone. Since I have gas, yes. Try not to break these studs off, that would suck. Wires here for the switch. I'm gonna assume that goes right there. Does it matter the polarity, I wonder? Oh, that's in the way. That's tight. Ouch, good thing I'm super strong. There we go. There we go. I'm assuming it goes right there. It doesn't say polarity on it, but I guess I'll check the manual just in case. It shouldn't have a polarity, but we'll see. Friction terminals to matching male terminals and unit polarity is not important. Polarity is not important. Boom. 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 Get that guy out of the way there. Let's feed some wire, shall we? Put that part off that I bent up. Hopefully this isn't going to bird's nest on me. You never know though. Oh, I wish I had air conditioning in this place. Okay, that should be enough. Now you want this thing tight, but not too tight. That's kind of a vague description, but you want it to be able to pull wire off here without put too much strain on the drive motor. But you don't want it loose enough to where it'll just spin freely. Let's plug it in. Let's see what happens. Whoa, that thing's loud. That fan. Oh yeah, it sounds nice and strong. Uh-oh. Oh no. We got a jam. Son of a biscuit. That's what happens. That's what happens when your MIG wire gets loose on your roll. Cut it out. Throw this away. I'm gonna go ahead and pull all this loose wire off of here so this doesn't happen again. Well, I gotta make sure I'm on the right size wheel here. VK knurled groove is used for flux core wire and V groove is used for solid core. Okay, that's what I thought. The knurled is for flux core. The solid is for solid. 030, 035. So we got that set right. Bring that down a little bit. There it is. Wires out. So you feed on twist on your nozzle, the right size for the right wire. This is 030 nozzle with 030 wire. A little cup thingy on there. Ready to weld. Torque this to German specifications. Guten tight. Much better clamp than the old jumper cable style clamp that the 125 came with. So this is a lot shorter and it looks a lot better. Maybe I'll use this thing. I wonder if the regulators. Oh, it's a Miller regulator. Look at that. Miller. Any of you welders out there that do this for a living, which one's better? Let me know. Comment below, tell me which one's better. 18 mil. Let's see if it fits on this car. It probably won't though. Oh, I do have a big adjustable wrench. Duh. Maybe one of the few times I actually get to use this thing. And it's a bit overkill still. Whatever. Just a little snug. Okay, we're ready to weld. Oh man, this glove is toasted. I need a new one. I can barely get my fingers in there. 065. 065 wall. 0.065 is 16 gauge. So the machine's telling me for 16 gauge, 0.60 inch, or 1.6 millimeter, which would be the better way to measure stuff, but hey, this is America, and we're stubborn. So if you come down here to steel, solid wire, this is steel flux core, steel solid wire. It's got a group over here of different wire thicknesses. If I come to 030, which is the wire that's in there, come over here to 16 gauge, it's telling me set the machine at 3 for the voltage and 35 for the wire speed. So I'll do that. It's on 3 and there's 35. I'll put a glove on, pinch the wire, and see if it slips. Yeah, it's slipping a little bit. So I'm going to tighten it. That's better. And instead of cutting this off and wasting it, just remove your tensioner and suck it back in. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide. I'm welding again in my own shop. My own projects. Too fancy. Pretty happy with that. If I was welding edges, like if I was welding two of these tubes together on edges, I'd probably turn that heat down a little bit. Carsick now has welding services available for me and maybe a couple close friends. Alright, I took this guy apart real quick just to make sure it was bad for sure. I'm also trying to get the electrode wire where that thing I broke. It's actually a bolt, not a stud, but the bolt's in there pretty good. So I got some PB Blaster soaking it. I'm gonna see if I can get that out of there and replace it. And I took this thing apart to look at it, and I'll show you the gears and what's going on over here. This is what breaks on these things. And this whole little box right here with the motor and the tensioner and everything's $100. I ordered it from Robert's Oxygen, which is a welding supply store around here, but it was $100 freaking for one of these things. This whole welder was $350. Right here, this gear right here, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 teeth out of maybe 10 or 12 that's supposed to be there. And when I power up this motor, see the output shaft right here? This is where your tension wheel goes on. And this is what grabs the wire. Look how jerky that is. Trying to weld like that with it jerking, holy crap, that's a pain in the butt. It's not smooth at all. So yeah, that doesn't work. That's the way Hobart built these things. I don't know. I don't know what happened. The first one I had lasted 5 years or 4 years or something, and I used it a lot. Then the last one I got didn't last for like 6 months at Circuit Motorsports. I don't know if somebody was using a welder and setting it up wrong, or not doing something right. I don't know, because there were other people using my welder there. I didn't like that very much. If I can replace that bolt and that positive terminal there, then all this thing really needs is this little gearbox, and it's a good welder again. I'm sure somebody wouldn't mind spending $100 on getting a welder running, but I don't want to spend another $100 getting it running again. So that's where we're at.